Welcome to another episode of Breaking the Ceiling. And today on the show, I'm hosting a teacher by profession, an environmental conservationist, and also an entrepreneur. In fact, he's even a former colleague. We worked with him at Lions High School. Just introduce yourself by yourself now and where you come from.
Thank you. My name is Richard ARWA. I was born in Homa Bay County, a place called Ndewa. And I'm a trained teacher. I teach chemistry and biology. But at the same time, I'm an energy entrepreneur. For a long part of my life, I was in politics. I served as a committee member of the Constituency Development Fund under the late Joshua Ojode. And I had very big ambitions in life. So as a young person, already in the committee member at an age of around 25 years old, I was seeing a very well-defined destiny through Joshua Ojode, and I thought I would be somebody. But unfortunately, he died through a plane crash, and everything that left us with a lot of disorganization. So at that point, everybody was now to take his course because we were working as a team. But me, I said that the experience that I've gained through Mheshimiwa was enough for me now to survive, and therefore I had to part ways. So at that point, I went back to my classroom. But you see, I never believed in classroom. I knew with time I'll leave classroom and do something else. After 2013 elections, I really looked for these county government jobs, chief officers and all that. But I was not politically correct in the camp of my then governor, and I didn't get things right. I lost all those applied. I lost them. So that was a very big turning point in my life because everything is not working out, and I have now to think outside the box.
While looking for the job, were you already employed?
I was a teacher, but you see, I was feeling it's not enough. I wanted to do something different. Not in terms of money, but I felt that I was having a lot of energy, which I was not putting in place because teaching, you have like 4 lessons and you are done. So it was a little bit boring, and I felt I could do more to impact our people. So it is in 2016 when I thought outside the box and started my business.
Tell us about you tried also farming.
Yes. In between, before I started East Africa, the current company that we own, I wanted some quick money. I took a lot of loans from the SACCO, the bank, which facilitated my movements and here and there. My payslip was left with nothing. So that is the point when I decided to go and plant sukuma wiki, the vegetable, because I was calculating in 3 months, I will start making huge money. I did so well in the production, but I did not think about the market. So we harvested. We took the vegetable to the farm. I stayed in the farm and at home, waiting for evening now to consult how much have you managed to sell.
Or you took it to the market and you left.
There were people who took it to the market. Me, I was now a manager. I could not go and sell it myself. So I was expecting in the evening I can go and do some collection and sort them out. So when I made my first call was around 4 p.m. I was told like, no, we have not made the sales. So when I called at around 6:30, no woman had sold anything, not 1 shilling. Then I just advised them to find a way they can maybe throw them away or give them for free. So that was the first harvest and the last harvest that I made. So I asked myself now, vegetables has not worked on the side of market. What do I do? So at that point, I was still in farming. I have a lot of passion for farming. I farm even up to now. Then I went to bananas. So I imported seedlings from Uganda, made about 700 stools for banana, managed them so well. Actually, I was the first banana farmer in the commercial banana farmer in the sub-county because we don't believe in banana farming. We believe bananas can only do well in Kisii. So production again was perfect. But now, because I was a teacher, I did not manage how I would do the sales. So the person who was taking care of my banana farm mismanaged the sales. So things were becoming worse and worse and worse and worse, and I was running short of ideas every day.
Now, tell us something about when you started now your biofuel production.
After banana felling, I did a lot of tree plantation. So one point I read the newspaper, I really like reading. I saw National Environment Trust Fund, Net Fund, advertising awards for environmental conservations. Then I applied with my trees in mind. And I said, with my trees, I can package what I'm doing so that I get this award to get me out of these debts. So they visited my farm and they invited me for the award. But unfortunately, I was not awarded because tree farming lacks a business sense. So the following year, they announced it again. But by that year, I'd done something on Science Congress with my students in the lab. So we made some drops of ethanol from water hyacinth and we blended it and burned it in the glasswares. And we competed for the Science Congress up to national level. My school was a small school. That was Mudiru Secondary School. With Science Congress, nothing beyond national. You are given certificate. Next year, you want to think for another big idea to go back to national. So I made application and it took a while before the judging was concluded. So one day I was called by the judging team that we are coming to visit you. So I had to go look for water hyacinth, do fermentation because it takes around 2 to 3 days to ferment, assemble them. And when they came, I illustrated what we did and they were very impressed. What I was looking for was 1 million award.
Oh, yeah.
They told me now, we've seen what we are doing. Science we are understanding, but now Net Fund want business case. Can you go and now package it in terms of business case and send us that write-up in about 5 days from today so that we would know now how to judge it. By that time, I didn't know anything about marketing, finance, problem, solution, all those things that make a business case. So I went and bought a book, Entrepreneurship Simplified, and read. It's a big book. I read it in 2 days first, then understood what business is. Then I got something like a business template, which was in that book. So I had to package my concept in that can fit the business plan. Then I submitted, and we were awarded number 1, position 1. So this position 1, you had to make a choice.
The team was still students?
There were students whom I worked with in the Science Congress then. But you see now, being a teacher, I'm now the one working on it because with them they had finished the presentation and all that. Then Net Fund tells us that we are not going to give you that money now. That one will give you at the end of all the program. We want to take you through an incubation first and train you in business so that you can have business sense. Then the cash award will now give you maybe as just a capital that will help you to start the business. I said, me, I wanted mine now and then to malice the story. Then I found a friend there, Michael. Michael told me, Richard, you don't know what we have for you. Go pole pole.
Yeah.
The package we have for you is the best. So it is that time during incubation that I had now to change from a science-oriented person to a business person. So it is basically National Environment Trust Fund that made the business sense of what we were doing with the water hyacinth.
Was there some point that you felt like, now this thing is not working, I want to give up?
Initially, I thought that the physical science is the hardest thing, chemistry, biology, physics, or engineering, medicine. Business is the hardest thing.
Breaking the Ceiling in association with Millsview Hotel, Kisumu.